Sewies and aspiring sewies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Doyen, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make this beautiful African print bikini. If this looks like what you're interested in, then you want to keep watching this video till the end. And if you're watching this video, you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you want to subscribe now and turn on your notification bell so you can get notified when I drop a new video. So we know for that delay, let's just get right into it. So these are the basic materials I'm going to be working with. The first thing I have here is a doll face fabric, and I have a leftover portion of this. I also have this kente fabric, which is also a leftover portion. So if you're going to be purchasing your material, you can just work with half yard each. So the first thing I'm going to be doing here is to draft out the pattern for my bikini top. So for the length, I'm going to measure 8 inches. Now, what I have displayed on the screen is how you can properly measure your bust for your actual bikini size. So for the length, I'm going to be working with 8 inches. Now, if you're on a small size or a medium size or a large size, you should be able to work with this measurement I'm going to be using in this tutorial. So I'm just going to rule out a line across, just as you can see me do in this video. So my length for this bikini is 8 inches, while for the width, I'm going to measure 10 inches. So I'm measuring 10 inches because I want a scrunchie around the downside of my underbust. So that is why I'm going to be measuring 10 inches. If you're going to be measuring your bust width, it's not going to be up to 10 inches. But if you want your bikini to have a scrunchie kind of look, then you want to just add to it to make it more scrunchy. So I'm just going to mark 10 inches here, just as you can see me do in this video. So once I have that done, then I'm just going to rule a line. I'm going to connect the dots together, just as you can see me do in this video. So what I'm trying to do here is to form a triangular shape for my bikini. So what we have here is 10 inches, and I'm going to just form a midpoint, which is 5 inches, which is what you can see me do in this video. So I'm just going to make a dot there and also use my ruler to connect these dots together, forming a straight line. So now we have a midpoint for what we want to try and what we want to achieve. So what I'm going to do here is, from this angle here, I'm going to connect my ruler towards the center point, just as you can see me do right here. So basically, I'm just going to be connecting it like this to form a triangular shape, just as you can see in this video. So once I'm done on this part, I'm going to move to the other part. Then I'm going to connect it also like this, just as you can see. I'm going to connect it towards the center point to form a triangular shape, just as you can see. So this is what we need to achieve this bikini. So rather than really a straight line, you can actually make yours quite curvy, especially at the downside. You can just reduce it on each side by about 0.5 and form a curve towards the center point. But I'm just going to leave mine like this in form of a triangular shape. So after drafting my pattern, this is what it looks like. So the next thing you want to do here is to place your pattern paper on your fabric. So I'm going to start with this African print here. So on the downside of my pattern paper, I'm going to leave an allowance of about 1 inch here. Then on the sides of my triangle, I'm going to leave an allowance of about 0.5, which is going to be for seam allowance. So I'm leaving an allowance of 1 inch on the downside because I'm going to be folding it, while the 0.5 on the side is for my seam allowance. I hope you understand. So after cutting, this is what we have. So I'm just going to confirm the measurement again: 0.5 at the sides of my triangle and 1 inch at the downside. Next, I'm going to lay this African print on this plain fabric here. So this plain fabric here is going to be my lining. So I'm just going to position one piece of this on it. So I'm basically going to be cutting exactly the measurement we have on this African print. So the next thing is my neckline strap. So I'm going to measure 21 inches for that, while for the width, I'm going to measure 1 inch. So I need 2 pieces of this. So I'm just going to mark this out and I'm going to cut whatever we have here. Just because we need 2 pieces of this, I'm just going to slash this at the upper part. So we have 2 pieces of this already. Then I'm going to put this aside. So the next thing is I'm going to measure my underbust strap. So for my underbust strap length, we need about 58 inches for that. And what I have here is not going to be up to that. So what I'm just going to do here is measure the width, which is 1 inch. Then I'm going to just join to it. So I'm just going to cut 2 pieces of the measurement that I have here, and then I'm going to join, then cut out what I need for my underbust strap. So from this point, I'm going to measure 29 inches, because 58 inches divided by 2 is 29 inches, right? So I'm going to just add half inch seam allowance to that. So That makes it 29.5. So I'm just going to cut out what we have here, then join this so as to have the full length of what I want, which is 58 inches. So the next thing I'm going to be doing here is to cut out the stay for my bikini. So I'm just going to position this and cut out the exact measurements on this my African print. So once I'm done cutting out my stay, I'm just going to locate the shiny part of each stay and position it on the wrong side of my African print, just as you can see me do in this video. I'm also going to do the same thing here, position it on the wrong side of my African print. Then I'm going to just eat this up. Hello, I'm super excited to announce to you that our online courses are now available. So if you are interested in learning more about streetwear, you want to know how to make t-shirts, joggers, hoodies, varsity jacket, tracksuits, sweatpants, cargo pants, and so many more, these courses are made for you. The courses are displayed on your screen. So if you are interested in registering for any of these courses, then you want to just click on the link underneath this video to register for these courses. And guys, guess what? These courses are well detailed. You're going to be learning how to identify fabrics, how to matchmake fabrics, size charts, measurements, and the like, depending on the course you are actually subscribing for. So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So kindly click on the link in my bio. Kindly click on the link in the description to actually register for this class. Bye. So after eating up my stay on my African print, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to put this aside. Then the next thing we have here is these straps. So I'm just going to be making a fold on each of the strap, just as you can see me do in this video. So all you just need to do is make a straight stitch following these folds, and you're going to arrive at something in form of a rope. So after sewing, this is what we have. So the first two straps here is my neckline strap, which is 21 inches, while this other one here is my underbust strap, which is about 58 inches. So what I have after joining is around 57 inches. The next thing you're going to do here is to couple these pieces together. So what comes first is the lining. Then I'm going to position the strap like this. Then we're going to be adding the main bodies of the bikini to it, just as you can see me do in this video. So once I have it all laid, I'm going to go ahead to pin at the top side, then pin at the sides of my triangle. So basically after this, I'm just going to be making a stitch at the sides, just as illustrated in the video. Then I'm also going to repeat the same procedure on the other side as well. So after sewing, this is what we have. So I'm just going to trim a little portion from my sewing allowance. Then the next thing you want to do here is to turn this over to the right face, just as you can see me do in this video. So you're going to have something like this. I'm also going to do the same thing on the other side as well, and this is what we have. So the next thing you want to do here is to make a fold on the downside of this triangular shape. So I'm going to be folding at the side, just as illustrated in this video, then fold also at the downside on an allowance of about 0.75. So make sure that at the other end as well, you are making a fold, just as illustrated in this video. So I'm just going to go ahead to make a straight stitch at the downside. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to insert this rope through this first triangular shape here. Then I'm going to pass it on to the other triangular shape, just as illustrated in this video. So all you just need to do at this point is to form a gather at the downside of your triangular shape, and your bikini is ready. So if you're going to be trying this, let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.